Hey everyone, it is Dani and welcome to this update video this afternoon. I hope that you're doing great. And so we will be taking a look at all that is happening across the Caribbean and surrounding areas this afternoon. There are 5 tropical waves out there. We'll have one approaching that will bring a lot of rainfall heading to the mid to latter part of this weekend. So before I go into details, please do subscribe if you haven't yet done so and tap the bell so that you never miss an important video. Okay, and so looking at this surface chart, here we can see these vertical orange lines marking the axes of the tropical waves. So 5 tropical waves out there, 2 are across the Caribbean inducing some activity and 3 out in the main development region. And by the way, this was at 12 UTC today, so the axes should actually be a bit more to the west because that latest update is not yet in. And then let's go back to the satellite imagery. Here we can see some activity. That tropical wave southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands, it is trying to sustain itself. Meanwhile, the one further to the west, that's one that will be approaching as we head to the mid and latter part of this week. And another one closer to the Caribbean is already inducing that cluster of showers and thunderstorms impacting southeastern islands. So we will be delving into all of that. But first, we want to look at northern South America. And here we can see that there is some thunderstorms developing across different spots, parts of Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, as a result of that daytime heating. And we can even see partially over in the southwest Caribbean near Panama where there's a lot of activities. One of the tropical waves there enhancing that area of very deep convection. ABC Islands in the clear for right now. Looking to Trinidad, there is some thunderstorm activity nearby, things on the clearer side for Tobago and also Grenada. But to the north of that, heading to the Grenadines, St. Vincent, also for Barbados, going to St. Lucia and Martinique, we see lots of thunderstorms that are developing. So one of the tropical waves, the one that is closer to the Caribbean, this one in particular, is helping to induce that activity. And this is going to be posing a more significant flood threat with regards to the second wave that will be moving in, because what we're going to be seeing is all this activity right now resulting in that saturated soil. And then when that next big round of rainfall makes its way in, that is going to enhance the risk of flooding for some areas. So let's head further up north. Here we can see not every island is experiencing this heavy rainfall, maybe on and off for the aforementioned islands, but going up into Dominica, Guadeloupe, northward, we're not seeing as much activity. Some lingering showers or so, nothing crazy. And we see that little blob to the north of the Leeward Islands. Heading to the Virgin Islands, not much in the region, but we see lots of thunderstorms across Puerto Rico and Hispaniola, and some of which is being induced by the tropical wave moving through. And then heading to Jamaica, go into Cuba, and over into spots in Central America, Belize, go into Guatemala, and even down into parts of Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, we see some activity. Those heavier showers down in especially Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama. So those are the areas experiencing the most rainfall. Not everywhere within these areas, but for some places. So you can let me know in the comments what is going on for your area. And so going back to these tropical waves out here, none of these are marked as systems to watch for potential development because conditions are just not favorable enough. But it takes less than a tropical cyclone to result in some dangerous impacts, mostly in regard to that flooding. When it comes down to tropical cyclones, it's always the water. Depressions, tropical storms, or even weak hurricanes. The main concern is that heavy rainfall that they bring, and with stronger hurricanes, that storm surge which pushes the ocean or the seawater on shore, inundating coastal areas. So it's always the water that is the main concern, and that is what results in most of the fatalities as well whenever these systems move by. And so guys, as these waves approach, I will continue to go into details, and stay tuned for my update video tomorrow morning in terms of what to expect. And so that is pretty much it for right now. I hope you found this video to be informative, but if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will respond once I get the chance, and as always, remember to be weatherwise.